mic in hand and said, you know, I'm going to talk to the world about this, and they've comported themselves pretty well. There've been an exception or two where I felt like, you know, someone should have been a little more prepared, or they talked to a commentator on TV who had an agenda and went after them, and they weren't ready for that. You know, that takes a little experience sometimes, being used to talking to the media. But I will tell you, Arizonans should be proud. We have leadership on a number of issues, and we're just not going to let the feds push us around. We are absolutely going to stand up for states' rights.
Yeah, I just had breakfast with Sheriff Richard Mack.
Oh, he just spoke. He and I were at a tea party on Tuesday night, I think it was. They all run together. It might have been Wednesday night. And he is just, Richard is so on top of this 10th Amendment issue. He is just a great speaker, has a great mind, someone I respect a lot. And anybody, if you have a group and you can get him to speak at it, you have a treat in store.
Yeah, I've known Richard for a long time. He was one of the first stories I ran in the Free American magazine when I started that years ago. When he,
he went right after the Brady bill.
Yes, sir.
We're talking about the gun control stuff. I mean, that's another issue. You know, Brendan Burns and I have been we're 100% on Second Amendment issues. Our friend Barry Wong is not, and the Democrats are just like opposite. You know, they want to take your guns away.
Well,
these are Corporation Commission candidates. And here's what I tell people is, you know, the Corporation Commission doesn't deal with some of these issues like the Second Amendment, but sometimes it's a stepping stone for another office. And if you just want to help somebody along their way politically, you can elect someone, but you better make sure where they are on these other issues, because they may end up in a spot that really troubles you.
What do you see coming in the next couple of years? You know, are we moving? I mean, this whole question about Obama's legitimacy to be president, even I don't understand how the mainstream or the Supreme Court or Congress can even look around this. I mean, there's obviously enough evidence out there.
Yeah. Well, let me just say for everybody to know that I was born in Urbana, Illinois, and I have that's where the University of Illinois is, and I have documentation, and if I were running for president, I would show it. But I think we spend a lot of time on that issue, but I think we ought to spend a lot of time on making sure we don't implement any more of his policies, that we elect a Congress who has control of the purse strings, and they defund, they do not fund this nonsense that he wants to do. I can guarantee you at the Corporation Commission, the change will be, there's 2 seats up, and right now they're held by 2 Republicans, me and Chris Mays, and Chris is term limited out. But if 2 Democrats get, or just 1 Democrat, they will have a majority, and with the 2 that are there, they will implement Obama's energy plan. If we do, and if the EPA promulgates rules on CO2 and says you've got to control it, tells the utilities they have to do some things with carbon dioxide, well, Brenda Burns, Gary Pierce, and Bob Stump, who's at that commission now, he's got 2 years before he runs for re-election, we will sue the EPA, because I firmly believe that Justice Kennedy wants to reverse the Supreme Court decision that said that CO2 is one of the greenhouse gases, a pollutant, that the EPA should regulate. Because with Justice Kennedy, we've got 4 other votes, the 2 that Bush appointed, and Justice Scalia and Justice Thomas, who are already there, and we can end this nonsense on CO2. So it's absolutely worth it to have the Republicans at that commission who will sue the EPA, and we'll lose the Ninth Circuit to that, and we'll move right on to the Supreme Court, and we will have standing, and we will address this issue and get this nonsense changed, because it's bad, and because that's part of Obama's socializing of America. He's done it with health care. The next big one would be energy.
Well, how about the appointment of Kagan?
How about what?
The appointment of Kagan.
Well, you know what? She replaced a very liberal judge. So as long as Scalia and Thomas and Kennedy stay healthy and strong, because Alito and Roberts are young, we're going to be fine through the next. Sure, we've got these liberals that Obama has appointed, and he could appoint another one, but whoever he appoints will probably be the liberals. Now, here's the other thing: is if we can take over Congress and we can get enough senators, a solid conservative filibuster-proof Senate. Well, and I say filibuster because they still on judges. It's still they have to have closure. So my point is, if we have probably 53 senators, I don't count the 2 from Maine, or the 54 primarily, because I don't know what Scott Brown would do for sure. But if we got 54 senators, and we get a few seats this time, we can probably delay any appointments to the bench that Obama would put forth, just like they did it to George Bush.
All right. Well, Gary, I really appreciate you being on my show, and whatever I can do to help you stay in this position, all you got to do is ask.
Well, Clay, thank you. You know, it's been a pleasure to join you, and I appreciate that we are. The Corporation Commission is not a sexy job. It's one that people don't pay attention to. They just want it to work, and that's what they have. My pledge is I will make it work, and not raid their pocketbooks. And that's, to me, that's what it's all about. If we're going to do things at the commission that are of sound social value, it better be one that people agree with, they bought into, and the amount of that is something that they agree to and they bought into. Because I am very reluctant to do anything, especially in these tough economic times, that damages the economy. So that's what you get from Gary Pierce, and that's what you get from Brenda Burns.
All right, Gary.
All right.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it, and I'll see you next Saturday. Or Saturday after next. All right.
Well, it's after that. Talk to you later.
Bye-bye now. Bye. All right, folks. That's it for now. And listen, I'm doing my best to bring you some good guests to really make a change, to affect a change, to get us a little bit more energy independent, and to keep us aware without the hate and the racist crap that some of these people want to force down your throats. Make a donation, buy a book, do something to keep the show alive, to keep me out there. I want to go to the border to be with Sheriff Joe Arpaio and these other people, the ones that do work on Sundays. But I need the gas money to get there. Make a donation today. I'd appreciate it. God bless you. Stay free.